Hi everyone, Happy New Year. It's been a long couple of weeks, hasn't it? Did I come on? I did come on last week, didn't I? No, I didn't. I was out of town last week. To let people get on, and in the meantime, I'll tell you who I am. I'm Janice Wilson with Scrap Till You Snap. I'm a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. I've been with Stampin' Up! Almost 2 years. Year and a half. May will be my 2-year anniversary. I love to scrapbook and stamp. I love paper crafting, like what would you call them? 3D paper art, all different kinds of things. Haven't done much of that lately though because life's been a little busy. Anyway, let me hear me. I have to go to the other side. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. You can still hear me from here. You just can't see me. Oh. Well, I didn't have to go back there at all. I will after. Okay, so I have, I ran across some card ideas that I thought were really pretty, but it was after I already did my Christmas cards, which I got out kind of late, although most of you got them the day before Christmas, luckily, or at least I think most of you did. The ones I heard from did. Christmas. Let's see. If you haven't signed up with a Stampin' Up! Account with me, then I don't know your address to send you a card. So you can either private message me your address, and I'll get you on my card list, or you can go in. You don't have to purchase anything, but you can go into StampinUp.com and select me as your demonstrator, Janice Wilson, and go in and create an account, which doesn't cost you anything, and then see your address. Opt in for out. If they do, it might be an email here and there. It's usually if you purchase something, then they will follow up with an email, let you know your life is just too busy. I am always here, available via my email address, online. You'll see me online quite a bit. Just leave me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Let's see, what else? Oh, you have to save your address in the file in Stampin' Up! For me to be able to send you catalogs or to send you an email invoice if you purchase something. Which, if you saw my post from late $50 you spend, you'll get a coupon code. And if you spend like $150, you'll get 3 coupon codes. Save those, because in February you'll be able to purchase things and use those discount codes. They're like $5 coupons, so you'll be able to, and you can use all of them on one purchase, or you can use them, late last night, early this morning. And I'm willing to give you more information if you have questions. Just leave me a message, and I'll make it as a Christmas card. Let's see. I think her name is Frenchie. Frenchie Stamps, I think, is her account. She's another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. She's a sweet lady. I love to watch her videos. She does some really cute cards. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't think I need the overhead light because the camera looks like it's doing fine. So I'm going to switch the camera settings so that I'm little bitty up in the corner, and then you can still see me, but you'll be able to see my countertop, and I'll show you the card how I do it here. Okay, see? There's my hands. Okay, so this, I've already cut the pieces. You start with a regular 8.5 by 5.5 card, and this is maybe easier to see with the lighter color. This is going to be the inside. You just start with the 8.5 by 5.5, and you score it at 4 1/4 and make the A2 size card base. And then I took and cut a piece of cloud cover. I'm using, I think this is Night of Navy cloud cover. And I'm going to put it right over top of that with barely a little bit of card base showing underneath. I'll put it up here where you can see just a little tiny bit, a little bit bigger. I am going to use my bone folder, and I'm going to crisp my edges right here. So I want it nice and crisp. Okay. So you start with this. Make sure the fold's on the correct side. I'm going to adhere this down. And I think I'm going to use the light side. So I'm going to put the dark side. This is two-tone cardstock. And it is cloud cover. And I'm doing that because I'm using the, let me catch the name of it here. It was one of the Christmas papers. Peaceful Garden. It's the Peaceful Garden kit. This is some left, so I don't have to fight with it. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I have just a little tiny bit on each edge around here. I think I can do that. There we go. Okay. Now, you start with a 6x6 piece of paper. You can even use the other, you know, the 6x6 decorative, not decorative, matches or goes well with the cloud cover and the navy. So I started with this, and I cut 3/4 of an inch off of one edge, and then I turned it, and I cut 2 pieces, quarter, and then I have the 2.5 by 5.25. Okay, so this is extra. So you start with this middle piece, and you put it down in the center. Now I'm going to line mine up with I've got a snag right there. I'm going to line mine up with my grid, so I can tell that there's about 1/8 inch on each side of that line, so that I'll be able to line it up right in the middle. I need to put adhesive on this though. Let me get that going. Just going to put it right down the middle. I'm sorry, not down the middle. On both sides of the middle strip. That's what I'm going to do. And then, so I'm going to line it up right here. I think I've got just a little bit of an edge. I do. Okay. And it's going to go about 1/4 inch on either side of those lines. About like that. Okay. Now these two pieces that are 1 3/4 inches, I'm going to put with the decorative side down. Okay. So you want to put adhesive on the decorative side. All right. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. Okay. So this one is, and then only give that little bit of edge along there. It does not have to be perfect. This is it doesn't have to be perfect, but you don't want to adhere this side down. Help peeling this up. Don't tear the paper. Okay. There is a handy dandy little tool. Right now my nails are long, so I'm using. Happy New Year. I hope you had a great trip. A mistake for the night. We don't have to do that again, do we? Okay, so only put adhesive on the outside edge down here. Okay, so you want this to be open. Okay, so now I have to remember that I'm only going to put it down on the outside edge only. All right, now we're going to line this up like we did the other one, even with a little bit of edge out there. Oop, got it a little high. There we go. There we go. All right, just there. So see this? I didn't make the mistake there. So now you have a card that looks like this. Okay. So now I didn't measure it. This is the way Frenchie did her card. Okay, so you're going to peel this back a little bit. You're going to see where that paper is there. You're going to fold this down and you're going to put your finger right there where that is. And then you're going to fold this back. It does not have to come to the edge. It does not have to meet in the middle. It doesn't have to, just make sure that that edge of the paper does not show through. You get my bone folder and burnish that good. Okay. Now, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, put my finger right there where that is. Fold it over. These should come close. They do not have to be perfect. We're going to put something right across the edges. Fold that back. Figure out where this edge is. And fold that back. Okay? So now, I thought this was really pretty. I thought this makes it look like a bow. Interesting trip. Yeah, I've never taken the train, so I can imagine it would be interesting to see all the countryside that's not by the road. Okay. This is one I want to use on something else, but ooh, no. I was going to say we could make a masculine card, but this will be close. There is a stamp on here that says, "You get me, and I appreciate that." So, now I need my block. Condition the stamp. I am going to get I put all my little pieces of paper away. So I'm going to get the Night of Navy ink pad. Right. Go off to the side. Well, I'm going to go in the middle, and then I can trim it down however I want it. Okay? You ever do that? Decide at the last minute you want to change what you're doing? Okay, so I'm going to get, let's see, the die stuff? No, that's not the one with the dies. That's not the one I want either. That one doesn't have it either. I'm just going to get the paper trimmer, but, well, I have a secret project on it. But I'm going to get my paper trimmer out. I was in the process of cutting a mock-up when it was time to go live, so I had to stop that. Okay, there's a piece for later if I need it. So I think I do have some navy right here. I can, oh, there it is. There it is. I can put a little piece of that on there. Back it in that, and then put it right there. I'll put it right across here. But see, if you look at it like that, it kind of looks like a bow. And if I had, let me see a second. Let me open up one of these punches. See, you could put it right like that and it looks like a bow. I think that's pretty cool. Of course, this doesn't exactly fit that. It could, I guess, but I didn't choose one of the bigger stamps. Let's see, what is it? There's one that would work on there. Let me try this one. This is already wet because I used it already. Take that off. Put this one on. Well, if I get it right side up. Guess it doesn't matter which direction. Felt like it was curling on my arm. What did I do with the ink pad? I didn't put it back. I covered it up. Okay. Now, I think I need a little bit. No, that'll work. Okay. That'll work right there. And a safe new year. Steve and I didn't do much last night. I worked on my desk. You would not believe all the stuff I found on it. I had quite a few things, actually. I took out 15 cards, completed cards, and there's about 8 are incomplete that I just need to finish embellishing or, some little something. And then 16 page layouts. You guys have had me busy making pages. Well, not you guys, but the little ones have been, just haven't cut them out yet. Something keeps distracting me. Could be Steve, but I wouldn't, blame it all on him, I'm sure, but I know I distract myself quite a bit. There. I like that. So now let me see. I think I have some gold cord laying right here. There's the end. See, I was smart and put cut a slot right there to put my end in there so I could find it. I need to make those a little bigger. Get the end of it again. Now I'm going to go with a little bit bigger. Okay. And that's good. Okay. So that might be a little much. But I kind of like it. So I think I'm going to I have to adhere it down somehow. I didn't think about that before I did it. All right, let me put this together. I'll line that up. Put that where I want it. Now, you can sponge ink on these too. You don't have to just leave them plain like I just did. You can sponge ink on the white piece. You can sponge ink around the edges of the blue. So I think I'm going to use, some dots. I have some of the old pop dots, I think they're called. I'm going to put one right in the middle. And I'm going to stick this ribbon right there. And I'm going to put it kind of at an angle. Okay. And hopefully that'll stay there. Then I'm going to put right on each end. One on each end. There we go. Those covers off. Kind of center it if you can. It does not have to be perfect. People are going to love the card anyway. Now, if you would like, you could put glue dots or something on the, maybe I'll put some pop dots under there so that pop dots, dimensionals. I'll get the words right one of these days. When they change to something else, that's when I'll get the words right. And I put it on the edge. Oh, that's funny. Leave it to me. It's crazy. I'm crazy. Maybe that's what I should be saying. Not it's crazy. I'm crazy. Oh well. Leave it on the paper, Janice. Take off the cover. the cover off to do that. Live and learn. Okay, there we have it. Put that in the right spot. There it is. There's the card. Now, I just need to put a piece in here so that it is, so you have a place to write, right? Or I have a place to write, I should say. Let me see. I have white. Put some over in my bin because I was in here trying to finish up some things last night. So I need this at 4 inches by of the card. And there's another little piece I can use for embellishing. Alrighty. So with that, I'm going, and I just laid it over here. So this, I know it's too long for inside the card, but that's okay. I am going to put this right here on the edge, the bottom edge, so that when alrighty, put that inside. There we go. Perfect. There's the card. And then make sure you sign sets. One of them is Sharing Loving Crafting, and the other one is My Small Business. And the My Small Business says Handmade for You, and I always put by Janice Wilson. And then I have the Stampin' Up! Logos to use. So when we're stamping cards like this, we need to let people know that they are Stampin' Up! Products. And I do it usually in a ink that'll kind of blend in. Oh, get my chamois. This is by Simon Says Stamp. I like it because it's black and you can't see all the colors. I've had blue. They're all very ugly with all the different colors because the color doesn't wash out, and I just don't like that. So look at that. So the other card that I am working on, don't remember who made it. Let me see if this has a name on here. Pollum. And she did hers bigger than I want to. So I'm going to try to kind of play around a little bit. I am working on this the same size as the card she did, but what I'm going to do is mock it up and do it a little bit smaller. And I'm going to use the cloud cover and see what I can do with it. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to score it. Put the cutting blade out of the way. I'm going to score it at, let's see, it says 1 3/4, 3.5, and 5 1/4, and then 3.5 from the other end. But I'm not going to do that because I think 1 3/4 is too much for this size of card base. So I'm going to do it at 1. I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to do it at 2, 3, and 4. Now that leaves me about 4 3/4 bait, width here. A little bigger than I wanted, so I would do 1 1/8 probably the next go around. I'm not going to do it right now. So on this one, this is a mock-up, remember, I'm just practicing. But I'm practicing with you here. Because this is how I do things, you know. I never do anything the easy way. So from the first score line to the third score line, we're going to put this in at the 1/2 inch mark. And the first score line at 1 inch, the third score line at 3 inches. We're going to cut from and do the same thing. Now I'm going to go 1.5 inches, which should be right at the line there. Whoop. Isn't it over? But that's okay. And then I'm going to turn it around, because I need to measure from this edge. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down here. So I did that at 1.5. Yep. So this one's going to be at 2. And if it's off a little bit, I really don't care. This is a mock-up, remember. It's just a sample. It's just a test. And I'm going over the line a little bit. But I'll calm down and get it to the right lines. 3.5. That was at 3. This is at 3.5. You're going to do this all the way down. Every 1/2 inch. All the way down till you get to the last 1/2 inch. You're not going to cut. You should be. I have one more cut to go. So 5 inches right there. Okay. So third line, first line. Okay. There we go. See all those little holes, all those little strips? I might end up trimming the edge of this off just to make it the 4 1/4. We'll see. Okay. I'm going to score it. And I'm going to even. It's straight. Okay. Okay. All right. So, if I remember correctly, this has to go like this. It gets like this. And I'm no, I'm not. I'm Janice. And I am just creasing those fold lines. Okay. So I think maybe I should have gone that whole way, because that has to go that way too. So I'm going to go there. Okay. So we made a column. Okay. Made a column. And what you're going to do now is every other one you're going to pop in. You're going to keep one out and pop the next one in. Keep one out, pop the next one in. Out, one in, one out, one in. Oh, and look at that. Perfect. It's perfectly even. Well, maybe not even, but it's got one on the top, one on the bottom. So I will play with this because I want my column a little bit bigger than that. But this will lay flat when you mail it. Okay? So when you get it in the mail, you'll have to pop it up. But it will lay flat for mailing, which is awesome. I love cards like that. So let me put some adhesive on this side, and then I'll decorate it. So I already know some things that I would change, right? I would probably make these a little bit longer so that this is smaller and I don't have to cut so much off. It's only like 1/2 inch maybe. But if I did these 1/8 inch bigger, or yeah, 1/8 inch bigger, it would take up that space. So I'm just going to fold that back, lay that flat, press that down. I'm going to give it a good pressing because, see? All right, so when I fold this back, those go in Every other one, remember, goes in. There, like that and like that. Okay? Now, luckily, I did press it down pretty good, but it didn't do any damage, so that's good. So, I don't know. I've got a fold wrong somewhere, because that is folding inside that fold line, and I don't want it in there. I want it on the outside. But I also have to have it lined up. Try this again. Okay, let me try this again. There we go. Let me try this again. Sometimes this is the trickiest part, is getting this to fold the way you want it and to lay properly. Because if it doesn't lay right, it's not going to pop up right. You know, it's not going to fold and lay in the envelope for you. It's not going to cooperate. Let's put it that way. All right, I think I have it now. Remember, this is just the mock-up. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just giving you an idea of how it works. Okay? So now we can put stuff here. We can emboss the paper that goes here, or we could put a decorative paper. Let me get my embossing folders. I'm just going to grab something out of my stash, something that I don't, not Halloween. I like that one. That one's pretty. Let's see. Into the zigzag. Let's see. That's gotta be somewhere. Oh. Well, Valentine's. I got the new Valentine. I got the new. It's not Valentine's. I got the new heart. Folder. And it's 3D. I'm not going to use that one tonight, though. I might use this one, though. It's the Lovely Stripes. I think it's kind of cool. So let me see what I want to put down here. Let me think. What do I want to do? I'm going to get this paper pack out again because, see, I've got lots of other paper here. Or I could just do white, or I could do the light blue. Let me do the, let me think about it. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's do that one. Okay. So, this one has to be trimmed down. I'll lay that aside. That one's pretty too, but I'll lay this one. I'll do this one. Let's see. Let me measure this to see how wide it is. It is 4.5. So I need it to be 4 1/4 to fit in my pages. In my envelope. I'm just going to trim 1/4 inch off of that and not even think twice. Now it's the right size. See how easy that was? Let's see. So now I need a piece that goes right here. So that one is, let me see. It is 3 1/4. So I'm going to cut this at 3 inches by 5 1/4. Yeah. So I'm going to do that at 5 1/4. And 3 inches. Right there. Okay. Now I can pop that one up. That's going to be the hard pull too. Nope, I'm going to do that one. I like that one. Sometimes when you're in the middle of a project and you flip your paper over and you go, oh, what about that? I do that a lot. That's why it takes me so long to make a card. So I am going to line this up the best I can, centered in that little piece. Okay, there we go. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. Okay, so now I can use this set right here. Okay. And let me see, let me think. I don't think I want to use this one. I want to use, well, I can use like the vase maybe out of here. But I'm thinking I want to do like a vine up here. And that needs a different stamp set. So let me see. That does not have a vine. So let me see what vine I can find. I know I have some greenery here. I don't know if I have vines exactly. But I do have. Look over here real quick. Oh. This is one of the new sets too. It's called Lovely Arrangements, and it has beautiful flowers and some green leaves. I'm sorry, not green leaves. They're just leaves. Right now they're black and white. And this is a background. That'll be perfect. And I can combine these, since I haven't done that yet. I can combine them into one envelope. Look at that. Those are going to be cool background dies. Awesome. Okay. I got these the other day, last week sometime, but I have not opened them and taken a look. So that's what I was just doing. I wonder if that would be kind of cool too, huh? We'll do it another day. Oh, and see, there's a die I could have used earlier too. Alrighty, so let me see. I need the flowers. Oh, I need the leaves. You know what? I think I'm gonna do them in the navy. I'm gonna do the white. I'm gonna do navy flowers, or maybe not navy. Maybe I'll do. These kind of have the center in them already, so maybe I'll do. This goes back in this stamp set. Oh, it's over here. If I keep them together, maybe that would help. You think? This one has some little flowers too I could use. But I think I'm going to go with what I have right here. I think I am. I might even be able to go 2 of them on one. Let me see. I have the ink right here. And what did I do with the paper? The white paper's right here. So, let's see. Oh, now I didn't season that or, take all the. Okay. Not bad. I like that. Put this on here and wipe off the ink. Oh, maybe I used the wrong side. I was going to say that side's a little dry. It helps if you use the right side that's wet. Okay. Well, I need to use this block again because I don't know what I did with my other one. I have a big one down there, but I didn't want a real big one. I probably put them away and then forgot I was doing this today. So I'm going to do this one on this paper. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try it at least. I'm going to try it. See what I can, if I can pick up the paper. If I can pick up the paper, I'm going to try it. I don't know. It's a little dark. Like too I like those, but that might be a little dark. I think what I'll do is spray some more water, spray some more cleaner on this for one. Getting a little dry on both sides, but now it's perfect. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is just die cut these out, and then I'm going to die cut some over here on the darker side and just see what I come up with. I might like some of these after they're die cut. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So there's my leaf pattern. There's my flower. And my other flower. And my other leaf. And I might do that leaf too. Probably on the darker side. Don't bend them. It did bend back just fine, but don't bend them. I need to cut this paper down because it's a little too big to go in my machine. I need to close up my ink pad so I don't get ink everywhere. Let me see. Tape these on, and then get them. Look at that. Can you even see what I'm doing? I'm trying to line up the dies with the stamped image so that when I cut them out, they have the same amount of white all around the edge. Now, if you don't like colored ink, like a sky blue, a really light one, and go around the edges, and it will help your flower blend in better to your paper. So there's the flowers. Now I need to do the leaves. I'm going to cut a couple of these out because I actually kind of like them. I think that's what I need right there. Use this tape. I'll decide which other one I want to. And when you are using your die cutter, like, I don't know if you could tell that, but mine's curling a little bit. So when I run this again, I'm going to flip that one over, and I'm going to flip that one over. Help it go back into place. And when I put it away, I'm going to run it part way under so it has pressure on it, and it'll help flatten them too. So let me, I like this one, even though it's got some splotchy stuff in it. I like it because your leaves sometimes have splotchy areas. Have you noticed that? Leaves are not perfect. I think that's part of what makes flowers and leaves so beautiful, is that they're all unique. Each and every one. You can have the same plant and they will all be a little bit different. I just love them. I just love plants. That's another hobby I have. As if I didn't have enough hobbies. I love plants and flowers. Yep, I'm going to move that down here. I'm going to put this one right. Yep. Something like that. I think I'm going to put a bigger piece of tape on because this is a little more sticky. And that'll help hold that. And then I'm going to put this one right here. As long as I can get, you know what, that's not very sticky, but I think it'll work. The magnetic mat will also help keep it in place. Okay, let's see. I think I have enough to work with. I don't know about you, but I think I do. All right, so when I put this in here, I think I'm done for the night for embossing or die cutting. So I hopefully I'll have some flatter plates when I come in next time. Probably tomorrow. But who knows? I don't know. Friday. Oh, Friday Arlo comes over. Woohoo! He's such a cutie. I do enjoy our days, that's for sure. Oh, look, I cut it out of the other one. Good thing nobody's going to see that side, huh? It doesn't matter. This is the side I want up. So that's what you're going to see. Come out. There we go. Okay. So, I think I'll figure that out later. Okay. So, this comes back in. I'm going to use some liquid glue. This is that, some kind of paper glue. I don't remember the name of it. But I'm going to put just a little bit on this and this one, I think. And now, if you wanted to, you could add color to this. I'm not going to because I think it looks good with that paper right there. But I'm going to leave it so you can see the edges of it. Remember, this is not perfect. This is not a perfect mock-out, and I shouldn't have, but it's not bad. I mean, it will be fine. But I will keep it as a sample. The next one I do will be beautiful, hopefully. No guarantees on that either. This, I think I'm going to tuck right under. I'm going to tuck that in. Ooh, I'm going to put a little bit right here too. Okay. I'm going to tuck that in and just let it lay right on that one. Now, this can go here. And I'm going to put my bone folder in there so that I can press against it because I can't. But there we go. Now I'm going to put it. Okay. This does have a fine tip on it, so you can do those little tiny edges. I think I'm going to put it right there. And maybe have here. Oops. I'll have to lift that up a little more because I don't want to cut it off. I might have it. I'm going to have it stick out there. See that? Because it'll lay down in the card and fit in the envelope. But when it stands up, it's going to stick out on the edge. I like that. Okay. So then, do I put Maybe I put this one down here and that one up there. So put this one here. Like that, kind of. And then this one will go down here. Yep. Kind of like that. And then this one can go right here too. Go right here. Right there. See that? I'm going to put my bubby off the end of the card. Oh, I don't want it to stick to the edge either. Right there it can go. Okay, there we go. There's the card, and then I'll put the sentiment right there. Or, you know what? Let's put the sentiment on the back. Because, yep, I have plenty right here I can do that with. Alrighty. So this one has to be 5 1/4 by 4, right? Yep, because that's 4 1/4. So it's going to be 4. So those will give me sentiment strips that I can partial. Sentiment. And I need to put, what do I want to put on there? This says, happy birthday, always here for you, sending smiles. You are so lovely. Just a note. Thank you. Love you. Hello, friend. And so very much. Oh, thank you. So very much would be good, huh? Let me see. I think, what was that one? Oh, maybe hello, friend. Hello, friend. I think that's a good one. I'm going to put that right there. That gives me 2 cards for tonight, ladies. What did you think about those? Did you like them? Do you want to see more like that? Is there something else I can show you? Do you have specific ones you want to learn, maybe? Maybe you can make it a learning. You know, so I can teach you how to do these cards that you want to learn, not just the ones I want to learn. Let's see. Where is it? Hello, friend. I like that one. Now, these cards, as long as you don't put something on the bottom here, should stand up. See that? Stands up. And it lays flat to go in the envelope. How perfect is that? Now, I don't know where I'm going to sign it. I might have to sign it on this edge. I might need to add some glue to that right there so I can keep that one from folding in. Let me see the pin so it doesn't dry out. I might have to sign it on the edge though, because I'm not sure there's any other way to sign it or place to sign it. All right, condition it. This rubs all the oils off of the stamp and onto your arm. So if you don't want to do that on the chamois or your stamp scrubber or whatever you have that way, or I've seen people use emery boards. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do the emery board thing because I'm afraid I would mess up the stamp. But I don't think it would be a problem to do it on to use the, I got used to doing it on my arm when I was with stamp with Close to My Heart, and I just haven't stopped. We've been doing this like 20 years. So, yes, it could have been some of my problem, I guess. I don't know. Never thought about that. But I don't think it's hurting me, so if I figure that out, I will stop. Make sure your area is clean. Oops. And then just do that. Flip it over so that you can adhere it to the back. Okay, there we go. There was where you can write your little note to them. There's the card that can stand up. And I think I have an envelope down here still. I don't think I put those all away yet. I should have, but I didn't. Didn't think about it. Then I would have had to go hunt them down. Okay, so I can do, let's do this. Let's see if I have a smaller piece. I do not. All right. I'm going to use this side. And let's see, that is 5 3/4. So I'm just going to cut a piece 5 3/4 by 2. Maybe I'll just do it 6 by 2. And then I'll trim off whatever I don't. But I know it's like 2 inches. I'm pretty sure. Let me measure that. Just because I know it is not 2 inches. I would have been short 1/4 inch. So measure, measure, measure. Then go over a little bit. That way, if you get it a little crooked, you can still trim it up. So should we do that side or that side? The cloud cover or the blue and white? I don't know, I kind of like that. I think I want to do cloud cover. I like that one. If you like this, I just kind of did some winging because it was something I wanted to do, but I was fighting with my computer again to get some stuff printed out, the instructions printed out earlier, so that I could make this. I didn't want to try to do it on trying to read my screen while I was doing it. So I tried to print it out. I need to spend more time on my computer and get that all taken care of. So I just pressed that down really good. I'm going to use the bone folder to make sure it's adhered really well. And then you just flip it over and trim off the edges. You can use liquid glue for this, or you can do it with the adhesive like I did. And remember, there are dies that you can get that will do a square flap like this. I have not seen any of the pointed ones. Usually with the pointed ones, I just stamp on them because it's much easier than to try to cut the paper the right, to get it right when you can't cut it ahead of time. Now, if you have the dies for this envelope, I do have some. I just don't know where they're at right now. I have one for a 5x7 envelope, and I have one for the A2 size envelope, which that's what this is. I bought them, and I have not used them. I think they're up over there, but they're in my Stampin' Up! Stuff, or not my Stampin' Up! Stuff, my Close to My Heart stuff that I haven't finished going through yet. But I will. I'll get there one of these days. So there's the envelope that matches the card. And I didn't do that with the other one, but I could. But there's another piece right here. I could make an envelope to go with that one, which I probably will. Off the air. since I've already been on here an hour and almost 15 minutes. So it won't take long though, but I can do this one. Yeah, I think I'll do it on oh, nope, I meant the other side. I meant to put adhesive on the lap. How's that? I'm going to run it right here along this edge. I don't want a whole bunch of other run that off the edge though. Okay. So I do this and I'll line it up right there. Perfect. And now I have 2 complete cards with envelopes for tonight's video. And I'll put pictures and the actual directions, and I'll try to get a accurate one made up so you can have the actual dimensions of this column card. I don't even remember what she's calling it. Fancy fold geometric column. It looks to me like a lattice column, but I could make my own instructions and call it whatever I want, huh? Since I'm making up new directions. Okay, so there's the card, the envelope for that one, the envelope for that one. And this one doesn't have any words. And you have your hello friend on the back. So that's the cards I have for tonight, the fancy fold. This, I hope you like them both as much as I do. And I'll try to get the actual measurements for this. You know, you could put a piece of paper, which I might do. Just put a piece of paper down here. Or even once it's open, it's not really going to be visible, but you could do that if you wanted to. I might. I do have another piece down here that I could put there. Overcuts. I'll do it on the other card that I